We're back following the latest on the U.S. jet downed in Iran. MS Now is learning it was an F-15 jet, which has 2 crew members, according to a U.S. official with knowledge of the matter. The whereabouts of that crew is not clear. That is one of the top questions we're asking as we invite MS Now's Jake Traylor from the White House back into our conversation, and MS Now military analyst Colonel Jack Jacobs still with me. Jake, a lot of fast-moving pieces to this. Has the president been briefed at this point?
Yeah, Ali, in real time, we are speaking with White House officials, one telling MS Now that the president has now been briefed on the situation of a U.S. fighter jet that went down over Iran in a corresponding search and rescue mission that is, it seems, actively taking place in real time. Not really a lot of other words coming out of the Pentagon or out of the White House right now. Of course, in moments like this, these types of situations, often there are folks in real time gathering as much information as they can before any type of public statement would come out. But this just does raise so many questions, Ali, of course, of how this changes Trump's trajectory on the energy plant decimation that he promised that would take place on Monday if we don't see the Strait of Hormuz opened and some coordination from Iran. We know that, of course, inside the White House right now, and leading up to this moment, there were all kinds of conversations about winding down this war, the president being bored with this war, looking to move on. In his primetime address on Wednesday, hearing from the president that just a couple more weeks and this thing would wrap up. How does this moment change that initial calculus? We saw earlier today, before the plane was shot down, we saw the president on Truth Social this morning saying that it would just take a little more time for the Strait of Hormuz to open. This kind of language, a little bit more time, has been happening for weeks now, and it really just illuminates how difficult it is to retract some of what has been started now for weeks in Iran. We expect throughout the day to receive hopefully some more information from these White House officials as to the president's thinking, what the plan is going forward, and of course, hopefully an update on those folks in the Middle East.
Yeah, of course, all of that is going to be really important as we keep asking questions. But, Colonel, Jake is picking up on something that you and I were talking about just before the break, which is that this is a potential inflection point. And I wonder if you can elaborate on that for us, given the landscape, both politically and geopolitically, that Jake was just talking about.
Well, it would appear that after the president's speech that the administration was shooting for the ending of hostilities between maybe 2 and 4 weeks from now. If this aircraft were shot down, it actually was shot down, to say nothing of what may have become of the pilots. And if they get rescued, it's one thing. If they're not rescued and they're captured, it's something else again entirely. This may change the administration's calculus altogether. And it's got one of 3 options. One is to continue carrying on with the objective of ending this 2 to 4 weeks or so that it can open up the straits and alleviate the pressure on oil prices around the world. Number 2, it could double down and really go after Iranian infrastructure as a retaliation, very seriously go after it and pull out all the stops to do what it said it was going to do initially a month ago. Or 3, look for an out. Find some way to make arrangements to get the, if they are captured, to get our pilots back in exchange for ending hostilities. So it would appear that the shooting of the plane down it presents the administration with a wide variety of problems, and it's going to have to solve all of them.
It's going to have to solve all of them. And there are questions still to be asked, likely by Jake and others of our colleagues there, about their willingness to abandon an initial timeline if that's what this inflection point and situation ultimately calls for. Again, we are keeping track of what is happening with that search and rescue operation, as for the first time, a U.S. jet has been downed in Iran during this ongoing war. Jake Traylor, Jack Jacobs, thank you both for bringing us the latest.